Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
The National Urban League finally released the results of their annual State of Black America report, and they concluded that our civil rights and economic progress are being threatened by what's going on today. And when I read it, I'm like, well, what progress you talking about? Well, of course, they're citing over the last 60 years. Apparently, there was some progress being made. And now I guess, maybe they're referring to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, where we actually got some sort of voting rights, where our ancestors went in there and, changed the trajectory of how we live today. Now, within that article, it cited things like the income gap, saying that it would take almost 3 decades for the income gap between white people and black people to close. Also talked about higher education and a whole host of things. Now, the president of the National Urban League, Mike Morrill, said this: doors have been open in higher education, government, and the private sector in the 60-year period. That's important. Every measure shows progress. Then he also goes on to say, but I would have thought we would have been much further along than we are in 2024 with respect to achieving a sense of parity in America. And it's like, you think? How you thinking that when you all go and, root for the Democratic Party, who does not root for black people? Now, I know the Republicans don't root for black people either, but the Republicans, traditionally, they haven't been the ones knocking on our doors, going into the churches and telling us to vote for them, because they know how a lot of black voters feel about the Republican Party. And they also know that the Democrats, more than anybody, benefits from black voters. It's just a fact. And so you're surprised, you thought we'd be further along. It was like, how could you, when we're voting for a party that does not help us, like they say they're going to help us? In fact, they help everybody else. Surely you cannot really be thinking that. But as I delve more into the article, I was like, okay, so this is what they're really tripping on. Listen to this. The view of black civic participation is also mixed. While the percentage of black Americans registered to vote stood at 69% in 2020 compared to 64% in 2000, the percentage of black people who voted in 2022 stood at 42.3%, a drop from 54% who cast ballots in 2002. There you have it. They told on themselves. They're worried about black voters not showing up. As they said, it was a drop from 2000. Actually, it was more in 2002, and now it's less in 2022. So what they think is going to be this year in 2024, especially with all of the information that's going out from new black media, right? People who are waking up black people and saying, hey, stop voting for nothing. This is going on and that's going on. The migrant situation, and they're giving them the resources that they said they was going to give y'all, but ain't gave to y'all. You're seeing all this money go all overseas, helping everybody else's country, but black people are suffering and struggling. That's why I'm like, well, what progress is, are they already talking about there at the National Urban League? See, that's what they try to tell us. But we're at the point here in Black America that we can no longer believe our lying eyes, right? We can no longer believe the liars in the White House, specifically the Democrats, because we see what's going on. We heard Joe Biden say, y'all have my back, I'm going to have yours, but he's had everybody else's back but black people. We see that he's got the backs of the migrants and Ukrainians and Afghans and Israel. He's got everybody else's back but black people. He's the one that's talking about, I'll be damned if I be made responsible for what my ancestors did 300 years ago. He's telling black people, I'm not going to do nothing for you. Kamala says it. She said it infamously. I ain't going to do something just for black people. No. But yet, I wonder why black people are starting to show up less and less and less to the polls. And in fact, in 2024, you're hearing a lot of black people saying, I'm voting for the couch. Now, for those of you guys don't know what that means, it means I'm going to sit my happy black self on the couch during election night or day or whatever. I'm going to be eating some popcorn. I'm going to watch the returns. But guess what? I'm going to sit it out because neither party, the Republican or the Democrats, have anything for me specifically as a black person. They have things specifically for everybody else. But when we ask for our reparations, well, we ain't got it. Where we find the money? Our ancestors wasn't responsible, but they want us to show up. So there at the National Urban League, you know what the issue is. And don't try to make this seem like somebody is threatening democracy and they threatening our votes. No, it's y'all. It's y'all that get hand in hand, lockstep with the Democratic Party, helping to sell your people more of nothing. But now you're starting to see that black people are like, I will not keep showing up for nothing. When I go to the booth, it should be a give and a take. Okay, I give you my vote and I get to take a tangible from you. You should be giving it to me. I shouldn't even have to take it, right? And so there at the Urban League, National Urban League, you know how to fix it. Go knock on Joe and Kamala's door and say, hey, if y'all want black people to show up to vote, then y'all need to show up for them. Not just with lip service, but get your mighty pen to some paper and write something that's going to help black people, like reparations, a hate crime bill, police reform, and a whole host of other things. They're tired of listening to y'all talk. Now get your fingers and do some walking and make it happen for black people. Otherwise, in the years to come, you're going to see less and less and less of black people show up because we waking up. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.